him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Smack 'em a cob, it's time for the only news that matters, and it's time to bash on Sammy Hagar Belcher, who did an interview with Andy Green of Rolling Stone magazine. Rolling Stone magazine is, I've heard people say, Rolling Stone magazine's good toilet paper. You know what? I tried. It's not. It's sharp. It hurt my butt. That magazine's not even good toilet paper. It's good for nothing, But anyway, he was asked to address his absence on Alex Van Halen's book, Boy, Have I Been Waiting for This, in which the Van Halen drummer that wrote that the essence of Van Halen ended when David Lee Roth left the band. Here's what Sammy Hagar Belcher had to say. It's sad. I haven't read the whole book, but I've seen all the excerpts and I've heard some of the interviews. Sure, you haven't read the book. And he says, it breaks my heart because if I think what Alex is going through, losing his brother, never played with anyone else in his life, and then his health, here's where it gets ugly. I mean, this is amazing. This guy, I don't know, look, here's the deal, look, I know there's a lot of you out there that like Sammy Hagar, and that's awesome that you like him, but if you think that Sammy Hagar is a great person, which a lot of people leave comments like that, Sammy's a great guy. Please, for the love of God, do not breed. That's all I ask. You can keep thinking that, but please don't spawn anything. All right, here we go. Referencing to the fact that Alex has been filmed and photographed walking with a cane while promoting Brothers, Sammy continued, when I saw how rickety he is, I realized no wonder he's not answering my calls when I say, do you want to go out and play with us? He can't. That breaks my heart because I can only put myself in those shoes and say, what if I couldn't sing and perform anymore? Can you believe this asshole actually thinks that Alex is not answering his phone calls because he can't play anymore? No, he's not answering your phone calls because he doesn't want to be your friend. Here's the scenario. If it didn't have nothing to do with how he can't play the drums. Here's the scenario. But, all right, I'll be friends with Sammy. Hey, Sammy. Yeah, I heard you going out with this tour and so on. Yeah, I'm rickety and I can't play the drums no more. All right? But hey, let's keep that as a down low and don't go blabbing to the press like you always fucking do and badmouth me to the press. This is ridiculous. He's here talking about how sad he is for Alex and then tells the press he's rickety, he can't play the drums anymore. How does he know he can't play the drums anymore? He probably can't, but, he doesn't know that. And it was Chris Jericho that asked Alex if he ever would play again, and Alex said, yeah, but he didn't say he'd go out and play to the public and stuff. But he says he plays still. So here's Sammy telling the world he can't play and he's rickety, everybody. Hagar added, why he left me out. I would like to hear him explain that someday because I don't get it completely. I do. I get it completely. I know that he's bitter about some things, whatever it is. Yeah, it was that crappy music he did with him. It's like, if you don't want that era, that even gives me more justification to say, I own it then. Hey, please. Feel free. Because no one else can do it. Yeah, that's true. No one else can suck like you. And he can't do it even without me. It makes it easier for my wife, Michael Anthony Belcher, and, you know, we're sitting there going, okay, I guess we own this and we have to obligate, you know, we got an obligation to bring this to the fans, to keep the music alive. Keep it live and alive. This music is too good to throw away. Yeah, but you know what? You know, whatever, man. There's a lot more people listening to David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, you know, if you check Spotify. That's what all the crazy, kooky kids today listen to. And, yeah, top 10 Van Halen songs. There's 2 or 3 at the very bottom of the top 10 of the Spotify. Rest Dave. That's not being thrown away. You know, and they just re-released yet another box set of the Dave years. The same shit over and over and over and over again. You know? So far they did it with Sammy once. Let's see if there's a second pressing. Let's see. Because I think what is Van Halen going on as far as the box set pressings on vinyl? And I'm just talking the last, like, I don't know, 15, 20 years. I think it's been released 4 to 5 times. But anyway, later in the interview, Sammy once again said that he is determined to make peace with Alex. He says, it's on my bucket list that I will not take this to the grave. And I don't want Al taking it to the grave. But maybe Al wants to take it to the grave. You ever thought of that? Anyway, he said, I put the olive branch out there many times. I know, Sammy, you keep bringing it up in so many goddamn interviews, how Alex Van Halen won't talk to you. And I just put it out again to Irvin Azoff. I want to be friends. I don't want to play in a band with Al. Bullshit. He wishes he could. Because he knows a lot more people will go see a Van Halen tribute with a Van Halen on stage. And he's saying he's not asking for him to play with Al again. And he says, I can see that he's not capable of doing that. and look at this. And if he was, I'd be happy to play with him again. Yeah, man. What? This guy, man, such a phony. Can you believe, seriously, there's actually people that hear him say this? Like, I'm sure the interviewer, because after all, he works for Rolling Stone magazine. These people, everybody that Sammy interviews, am I living in the Twilight Zone? Not one motherfucking interview, somebody that's interviewing say, whoa, Sammy, can't you see you're a douche? Can't you see you're saying he's rickety? He can't play drums? You know, you're bad-mouthing him and then saying, but I want to be his friend. I want it to be, you know. He doesn't want to be your friend. It has nothing to do with him not playing the drums. I don't know if, you know, to be honest with you, to me, I think it's just Alex realizing in his mature old age that, yeah, man, we were magic with David Lee Roth. We were not magic with Sammy. I saw 80s Van Halen. That shit was magic with Dave. And then I saw the 80s Vangina. And that was like the worst shit I ever saw. You know, it's night and day. You know? And it's like all these years of Vangina, this Vangina, that. And now this is the legacy of Vangina. You know? Al saying he doesn't like it. He doesn't have to say he doesn't like it, but he sure is saying, you know, it ain't the magic. And Alex actually has said, to be nice, I'm not saying the other stuff is bad. You know, he said, I did think he said something bad about Van Halen 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think. I could be wrong. But either way, I'm not saying the Sammy Hagar shit's bad, is what he's really saying. But does he really mean it? Of course not. I mean, come on. I mean, he doesn't have to say it. All he says is, hey, the real magic was with Dave, right? What's that saying about the Sammy stuff? Huh? He's just throwing out to be nice, not saying the other stuff's bad. And then we had Eddie Trunk screaming, but Eddie wrote the music. You're bashing your own brother's music. But later on, Eddie was bashing on Sammy and his lyrics. You know, Eddie said, I like the music, but I should have paid closer attention to Sammy Hagar's lyrics. To me, it sounds like, yeah, the music's fine, but it's ruined by these stupid-ass lyrics. You know, so, yeah, Eddie was even a little, you know, myth back then, you know. He finally, you know, came out of that haze of angina and realized that shit's garbage, man. And so does fucking Alex thinks the same thing. Yeah, they may like some of it, but the magic, the craziness, I witnessed in the 80s, and it was with David Lee Roth, not that vanilla milkshake Ronald McDonald looking fuck. So yeah, there you go. Sammy Hagar Belcher sucks. And let me know in the comments below what you feel about, you know, Alex. Is he sincere? Well, he's saying he's rickety and can't play no more, just blabbing it to the press. Yeah, some of you might say, oh, well, you know, he is rickety. Haven't you seen him? Yeah, but do you have to go announce it to the press? People saw it, but that's Sammy Hagar's little jab at Alex. I want to be your friend. By the way, everybody, he's rickety and can't play drums. Oh, and another thing, this man, some guy left a comment on one of my recent Sammy videos, and he made a great point. I didn't think of this. It's like Alex, Eddie Van Halen, like, you know, threw out Michael, and Sammy's all pissed about it. And he made such a stink about it. For years, this is when Eddie was alive. How they fucked over Michael. You know, oh, that's true, but I'm just saying. The hypocrisy of this guy saying, oh, they threw out Michael and blah, 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 blah. He just threw out Jason Bonham out of the band. So there you go, you know. He did what Eddie and Alex did to Michael. So there you go. And oh, and by the way, I know that one video I made where a lot of people left comments going, well, that new drummer that Sammy's got is way better than Jason Bonham. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't care. You know, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't go see it with either drummer. But to me, Van Halen is Michael Anthony, David Lee Roth, Alex Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen, right? Well, when they kicked out Michael Anthony, they brought in someone that, yeah, you may argue with me, but you'll lose. That is technically a better bass player than Michael Anthony. I'd like to see Michael Anthony try to play Chinatown. Give me a break. Wolfgang was doing Billy Sheehan and shit. But I'd still prefer Michael because I don't give a fuck about who's technically better and this and that. Doesn't mean jack squat to me at all. That's why David Lee Roth is the best singer for Van Halen. He ain't no technical fucking, you know, singer. It wouldn't work in Van Halen. It just wouldn't. It has to be Dave, you know, call it a day. But anyway, thank you all for watching The Only News That Matters. Like I said, leave your comments below what you feel about this. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.